Well, home from work, so it's time to work on the charger. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do today with my limited sheet metal skills is make up these rear quarters. So not the rear quarter panels, these where the vent piece goes. I want to make this whole piece up and over so that I can replace this here and probably come up to here with all those bends. So this one here is pretty much the same. Put a few patches on here, a little bit spoggy shitty, but they'll do the job. So yeah, you can see it's pretty buggered. So this is going to be my life for a while, working out how to make patch pieces that will fit in there. So yeah, luckily I've got one of the vent pieces that I can use as a pattern, and because it's got to have the correct setback for the mounting points. So I'm going to cut it out of my sheet metal here, going to cut 2 of them, and I've got a little bit of pipe on my welded to my bench, and start tapping away. Well, I tell you what guys, that little bit of pipe on the bench there, it's awesome. I've used it for a whole heap of things, and I've got this bent up already in no time flat, and if you put that in there, you'll see it's already nearly sitting where it wants to be. Now I just got to trim off the excess, put a little kink in it, and then weld my flat pieces around the outside. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alright guys, well I'll show you where I'm up to. Pretty happy with my progress. So I've got this piece that it sits on, and it's folded around the corner. I've got to put a little lip on there for the rubber, the window rubber. Then what I've done, so I've got this bit, I'll be making up a full rear quarter before you know it, but this bit here is going to sit over the top, and it's going to be welded on in line with that, which will give it the recess that it needs for this to sit in. So sorry about the camera work. So that'll go in there like that. By the time you put a tickle of filler on that, it'll be beautiful. So what I'm going to do I'm going to punch holes all the way around here and plug weld that onto that other piece. It's not a bit that's seen, that little fine little gap that you'll get in there. I'll put some seam sealer on that later on, just to make sure that no water gets under there, and then by the time it's got a little bit of filler over it and paint, there'll be nothing getting in there. So I'm pretty happy with that, because it actually was a lot easier than I thought. The only thing is I got another one to make, and yeah, I haven't got the grill bit for the other side, so I'll have to go and get that, I think, to make sure it fits exactly. So I'll put the holes in the panel at the back to mount it, and it's going to be awesome. Well guys, I've done it. It's come out awesome, as I said it would, but hey, I'm just winging it as I go along. But check this out. So it's got the little lip here for the rubber for the back quarter window. This fits in here beautifully like that. A little bit of filler over all that to smooth everything out and clean up that edge, and it'll sit in there nice. That sits down. It's got the correct, actually I might need to, yeah, I've got to just tweak this a bit. That should be even, so I'll just cut this, bend that down, and yeah, rework that. But I've got my curve for the roof and a little bit to go into the rear quarter. All going to be rust free. So brand new piece, real happy about that. Tomorrow night I reckon I'll weld it in, and then I'll start on the second one. All right, stay tuned guys, got some cool stuff coming up. Right guys, so for my next trick, I'm making up this piece here, get out of the sun. So this is all rusted here, here, it's missing that. This has been cut out, it's all rusted through there. So definitely needs replacing. So I've been working over the last couple of hours on making this. So got the outer bit there and then got the inner piece and welded those together. Got a nice little seam here, I'm growing that up, be nice. And so now I'm going to cut this out and weld the new piece in. So I'm going to be I'm just about going to be replacing most of this car, I think, but hey, I'm having fun, you know, like one piece at a time, and I'll have a nice solid car at the end of it. So yeah, if there's rust, I'm just going to cut the whole panel out and put a new panel in. That's my new strategy. So let's get to cutting that out and see if that goes in nicely like this other bit. Alright guys, so got a bit of a juicy one here for you. Now, you guys are going to be divided on this, maybe more on the negative than on the positive, but I'll show you what I'm thinking here, and pop down in the comments if you think I'm an idiot or if you like the idea. So what I've got here is a front door off of a Commodore. So this is a VE Commodore, and the reason I've chosen the VE Commodore is because I like the pull handles, and not just because I like the pull handles, so this is one of the handles, and you just pull it to open it. It looks like so long story short, I had a VF hardtop that I converted into a Dodge Charger replica, and as you know, the Dodge Chargers have the 68 model have the big chrome handles. So I put these handles on with chrome covers, and it sort of like was modern. The locks all worked beautifully, had central locking, you know, all the works and jerks, and with the chrome cover on it, it kind of mimicked the original door handle. So I'm going to put it on this Charger, which is a totally different handle, but it's going to be a custom car. So I'm going to do a few things a bit funky, a bit out there, but if I like them, I'm going to do them. And you guys can always hit me up in the comments and say, you're an idiot, you've destroyed it, or whatever you want to say. Just give it to me. I'd like to hear the feedback. But yeah, so the thing that's awesome about this VE Commodore front door is where these handles mount, you can just cut the section out and graft it straight into the original Valiant door. So just to show you, this little section here, just cut that little box out and weld it straight into the Charger door. And then underneath, we'll come back, hang on, and we're back. So on the front of the face of the door, we've got this little section here. So all I need to do is cut this out and put it in the spot where the handle is on the original one, and it's got that slight curve. Even if I need to flatten it slightly, that's fine, but I'm only using this bit. Weld that in there, and this is the lock. So it fits the same as the original lock, with having a recess in here for the window, and you've got the interior door handle with your lock and your, so you got your lock and you got your interior lever. So this is going to be a full custom interior, like a modern, like a resto mod. So I'm going to be using quite a lot of new parts, and I'm going to be, the design, I'll tell you now, the design I'm going for in the interior is kind of like a 2021 Challenger interior. That's the style that I'm thinking at the moment. So, which is what I did on my old car, on the Dodge Charger replica. So that's what we're doing. So make sure you let me know in the comments if you like it or dislike it, and tell me why. You know, like, don't just go hate it. Tell me why you hate it, and you know, if you guys come up with some good reasons why you hate it, and majority, we go with majority rules, I'll probably take that on board and, you know, do something else. But for the moment, this is what I'm thinking. I'll do it on one door, and if I don't like it, I can either get another door or I can put that old handle back in. So I'll continue on cutting this out, and we'll see how it all looks in the end. So I'm struggling to get the glass out. I don't know how that regulator's held in there. Seems to be stuck on something, so I've got to keep working on that. But I just wanted to show you, this is the piece where the lock fits on the Commodore, and I'll show you how nicely this grafts into the charger door. So you can see that's flat there, and it's all square. So is that. Bam. Lock fits in exactly where the old one does. Just got to cut that exactly there and weld that in, and then the handle will be just as easy on the other side. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. I reckon that's pretty cool. Get a modern handle, and it's a modern handle that's still going to look like it belongs, I believe. With the chrome face on it, it's going to look like one of those grab handles with the button, like on the early Valiants and on the Dodge Chargers. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm going to keep pushing on, see if I can get this glass out. Hi guys, so today I brought the boot lid down here, started sanding on that. It's a little bit early to be making constant noise, so I'll put that aside and I'm going to make up this rust repair panel for the bottom rear of the rear quarter on the passenger side. I got the cutout here for the bumper bar, and yeah, I've got my wheel arch shape there, so I've just got to start bending all this up and then we can go and weld this one in, and yeah, and then we'll see where the day leads me. It'll probably get too hot, so I've got YouTube to get set up, get my channel set up, so that's probably what's going to happen in the middle of the day. And then tonight I'll come back out and then I might get this boot lid moving. So yeah, for the meantime, we'll see what I can make of this.